What's going on? What's going on, people? Y'all know what it is. It's another episode of the Sports Den. I don't do it by myself. I do it with my homies. I got Mr. OHIO. Okay. He got his fight music going, don't he?
Yeah.
What's up, fellas? How we doing?
We doing all right, Mr. Ghost. I see you're having a great week.
Oh, the week's been great so far, man. Nothing but smiles and joy all around.
Yeah. Tony Tex was good with you, my dude.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? Another week, another day. How we doing?
Man, everything is all good.
Hey, that's
And
one of the best introductions.
well, with that being
Yeah,
said,
I thought it was the right timing.
yeah, well, let's keep it going.
Ohio is the greatest state on the planet. Holy shit, what the hell did I just watch? I didn't know they unblocked the hub in my state because I didn't think sheer butt fuckery was allowed on national television. Will Howard is the greatest player that has ever played on Ohio State. Jeremiah Smith is the best wide receiver that the universe has ever witnessed. And Ryan Day is the sexiest man on the goddamn planet. Marcus Freeman's painted on hairline has receded so far back to the back of his head simply because of the stress of this dog shit performance. Notre Dame was supposed to be the best team in the country, but for some reason, prime Northern Illinois University was on the mind of every single player on this Irish squad. Riley Leonard is a glorified running back. This first drive of the game was something out of a movie. Then bam, Ryan Day got Chip Kelly's head out of his ass and proceeded to dick whip the entire state of Indiana. I don't know if this is a hate crime towards the entire religion of Catholicism, but it sure does feel like it. But Ohio State is the best college football team that has ever been purchased, and Notre Dame has to wait one more year to further prove that they must play in a conference in order to be taken seriously.
Hey,
Mr. Cook, that was
hey,
good. So
well said.
I'm gonna let you take lead on this. What's going? What do you think about the Natty?
You know what? This is a run that the Ohio State fans will remember for the rest of their lives. What a story! What a bounce back from all the outside noise. You hear about the coach not off with his head. And I will agree. I was in that boat. I'm not going to lie.
Okay.
A lot of people in this state can feel the same way. The expectations are so high that just losing to that game against that team up north is almost like right below winning a national championship. Like, you have to win that game. Everybody knows that. So for the the record that he had, not getting that done, already went to a natty, lost that big time. I think it's one hell of a story, and I feel like that loss that they had to Michigan really lit a fire up under their ass, and they united in a way that I haven't seen that happen a whole lot in my lifetime, as just far as watching sports. It's incredible. They go into the playoff and beat um, top five teams
I was gonna say top.
in a glorious fashion. Really,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't really a nail biter in any of them. They just really came together, and with that veteran leadership, man, a lot of guys, a lot of seniors, man, hats off to them. Hats off to the Buckeyes, and what a hell of a run. I'm just so happy, and everybody else in the great state of Ohio is feeling the same way. And what a relief off the shoulders of Ryan Day.
Yeah.
Sign that guy. Give him an extension. Let's go. Let's go together.
That was the question I was going to ask you. Do you think him winning the Natty could save his job because he sure can't beat Michigan?
I feel like he needed to win that game in order to keep his job alive. I don't necessarily think they would have let him go this year, but that would have been like, okay, let's start looking, kind of move on. But he, like I said before, he got the team together in a way that I very rarely have seen before. And yeah, hats off to him and the coaching staff. Really, both sides, offense, defense, special teams. Just can't say enough about him and how happy I am.
Yes,
Takes
sir.
what you got, Tony?
I mean, what I got out this game, honestly, since that Michigan game, I would have to give my hats off to Chip Kelly on the play calling. I mean, it was a whole nother team out there. The offense was moving all the games, the rest of the games, ever since that Michigan loss. So it was like it was like O State played and came together at the right time. I mean, we seen this before 10 years ago when they did the first four, and they did it again. I mean, but like I was saying earlier in the season, they were supposed to be there for real. So it was like they did come together at the right time. True meaning about it ain't how you start, it's how you finish for real. So hats off. I've been an old State fan, so I lived through the misery and the glory about them. But half of me always felt like I'd rather take the Michigan win. But that's just the diehard. You know
Hey
what
man,
I mean?
Hey, that's the
saying for
diehard
us
fan.
forever. Hey, that's
Yeah.
just really bragging rights to me. Yeah, you want to win it, but
Of
cool.
course.
Like we've been there. We're used to that.
Yes.
So yeah, get
Yes.
get get that in. It's gonna be over next year. That's all I gotta say. That
Oh
shit ain't
yeah.
happening again. I
Oh
I
yeah.
I could
I
guarantee it.
mean, but we got spoiled though. I mean, what we win 13 out of the last 14 at one point.
Right, yeah.
So,
So it
so
wasn't like it was just like, yeah, it's just normal. So yeah,
yeah.
for us to them to lose like that, it's shocking. Like that's not supposed to happen. So they get to
But I ain't gonna lie though. I do like this tournament setup though. I mean, because like you said, we ran through all the top tier teams, and it was like a deserving championship in a way. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's like basketball in a way of the Final Four, should you say, or the Elite Eight. You
right,
know,
yeah,
it's like every team you play, you got to come to play, and they did that.
yeah, they
That's
did.
true.
It was the hardest path to get to the championship. I mean, you see who they knocked off, and they play the one game at home against Tennessee, and
Yep.
then next game where are they playing? They got to go to Oregon.
Oregon. It did the Oregon.
Team smack that ass revenge game. I don't really care what you have to say about the loss to Oregon in the beginning of the season. That was the hell
Oh yeah.
biter of the game. Either team could have won, just ran out of
Oh
time.
yeah.
Just how it goes.
Yes.
So
And
and
and that's why I give the hats off to Chip Kelly on that one because we gave him a different look. You know what I mean? And it was like they went out there and executed.
yeah, and I think Chip Kelly and I would say Jim Knowles as well. Like
Yeah.
that defense,
Yeah.
that
Him,
defense,
him too.
that
Defense did,
offense.
their defense did step up and make great plays.
Yeah,
I
it just
believe that's
the
what
whole.
wins championships anyway.
Yeah,
I
they
mean, you
came.
can score, yeah, you can score all you want, but you have to make some stops. You got to
I
make some
agree.
stops.
Yes, sir.
Yep, he's
So,
running back.
congratulations to the Buckeyes. They came and they did their thing. Was a great story. Um, they
It's
like
a
you
hell of
said,
a
they came
football team.
together. Yeah, hell of a football team. What a great run. So
Hmm.
before we hop into the divisional round, um, let's just talk some little sporting news. I know everybody been getting alerts and shit to their phone. Um, Congratulations to Mr. Ben Johnson for taking that Bears job. That look like it may be a change of culture going on there. New
Yes,
York
sir.
Jets, New York Jets picks up the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. Hired him. I believe it's a 5-year deal.
Oh, so
So,
that went through, huh?
Yep.
yes.
Mm.
Um. Any other news y'all heard? What y'all got going on these coaches getting picked up?
I've heard different rumors and who the top candidates are supposed to be with the remaining teams out there. Um,
Anybody hear anything about the Raiders?
I've heard Pete Carroll's top pick for the Raiders.
Mm.
Time
Yeah, Yeah, I heard that too.
So you never know. I think there's really who's the other coaches that could.
Um,
I know McCarthy. Um, McCarthy's still available. I know that offensive coordinator for the Bills, which he can't interview until they're done.
they're done. But
Uh,
McDaniel, Josh, I believe,
yeah, he signed with the Patriots, offensive coordinator.
Patriots. Yeah, offensive coordinator. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Um, he got that done.
Uh,
Um,
the big one,
O'Connell signed additional contract extension for the Vikings.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
and Johnson, I heard he's getting 13 mil.
Who?
Mm,
Hurt.
that's a lot.
So O'Connell, what are you going to pay him 20?
Got to, cause and the Buccaneers offensive coordinator turned down a job to stay with the Bucks as an offensive coordinator.
And see, here's we talked about this. I don't know if it was last week or weeks
It was
past
last week when you was talking
with
about Detroit
with
and Josh.
Detroit. You lose both offensive and defensive coordinators, rightfully so. I mean, it's happened before. That obviously shows you that you're a good football team. People are in need of those guys. Um, that's going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be an interesting situation with really both of those hires, plus to see what Detroit can do after this success that they're having.
Right, because I wonder who they're gonna go after, if not an in-house promotion. Who's gonna be their offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator?
Yeah, and as far as hearing anything, I have heard nothing at all of who you could get. I know Rex Ryan was wanting to get that Jets job, and I was like, "There's no way Rex Ryan's going to go to the
He,
Jets
he
again."
should never come back to coach. He's
No,
been gone way too long.
no, but yeah, man, it's up in the air, and you got Dan Campbell who's there still. That's going to have that raw grittiness to the football team. A lot of players coming back off of injury. You're not losing many guys, I don't believe. As far as new contracts go, and with free agency, but it's gonna be interesting to see if they can keep the ball rolling like they did these past few years. What is your thoughts? Do you think they regress, or do you
Um,
think they stay level and will
it
go
depends
get the
on their system.
number one overall seed next year?
I think it depends on their system. I think I said this a couple weeks ago or even last week. If they have some type of system like Pittsburgh, I'm not saying Pittsburgh is great every year, but they always will coach. They always a contender.
Consistent.
Even when they had a bad system, but they they have no name coaches on the coordinator side, and Mike Tomlin just know how to coach and know how to keep a person. Like if who they fired 2 years ago, the offensive coordinator got fired 2 years ago,
Yeah, but they picked up that Arthur Smith cat who was head coach for the Falcons.
and the ball kept rolling. Though that's my
Right,
point,
right. So I
Yeah.
mean, as far as like a no namer, I guess he was kind of a bigger name just because he was a head coach.
because he
Not me.
was a head coach. But that's what I'm saying. It could be. I heard like for Chicago, Ben Johnson is looking to bring in just recently fired head coach to be on the staff, which I believe is the ex Jets coach for the defense.
And I don't see anything wrong with that.
I
There
don't
are
either.
coaches that get the opportunity to be a head coach, and then it's like, oh, this ain't for me. I can't do this. It's too
Oh, I'm
much.
not ready.
Right. So then to go back to a coordinator, you go, they're happy. They know what they're going to be able to do. And it's almost like they picked up where they left off. As far as, Robert Saleh, I know he came from the 49ers as far as a defensive coordinator.
Hmm.
I don't know if he would go back there, but like you said, even to a different team being that, defensive coordinator, I feel like, you know, that's all he needs to
I
focus on,
understand that.
and that's how get shit done.
But it's been several coaches I know that been head coaches and they now on other people's staffs. Like some amaze me. Like I'm like, dang, that dude the assistant now. But
Right.
that's how it goes. That's how it goes. That's how you stay in the business. You know what I'm
Well, you
saying?
know, every year around this time, it's always musical chairs. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's like they just don't do nothing but just keep trading houses. So it's just,
Yeah.
but I do like to see them hot and up and coming coordinators though, instead of the same old same like a Pete Curl or even Rex Ryan if he does come back. So it's like I think it's a different type of ball out there, different type of game. So it's like you can lose the locker room within a couple weeks. You know what I
And
mean? And
your season
Yep.
going in the dumps.
And I think one of a good representation of that and being able to overcome it is the Eagles as far as Nick Sirianni. He
Nick
lost
Sirianni.
both of his offensive defensive coordinator and are back in the NFC Championship
right,
a year or two later.
Right. A year or two later.
So
Right.
it can be done as far as the Lions go, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see in the next few weeks who lands where.
So
yep.
you talking about the Lions. You just brought up the Lions, right?
Yeah.
Damn, they depleted.
Let's just see
Losing
what
the coaching staff.
check this out.
Fucking, this is the NFL, not the fucking Disney Channel. What you witnessed out there tonight wasn't Cinderella, and I'm not fucking Snow White. It was a triple X rated Ron Jeremy 1980s style dick down, courtesy of yours truly. I went for 299 in the air and a couple tutties, and that 28-point second quarter for my Commanders turned the Lions Super Bowl dreams into a fucking nightmare. Everyone wanted this to be Jared Goff's redemption story. After Sean McVay traded him from the Rams, he got thrown in the trash. So the whole country was cheering for the underdog Jared. But I put that little blonde puppy 6 feet under Ford fucking Field tonight. He throws 3 picks, including a touchdown return where he almost got his lights knocked out. And don't even get me started on that ape of a man, Dan Campbell. The guy shows up to work on his first day as Lions head coach, talking about biting ankles and kneecaps and stuff. Dan acts all hard, but he's just a meathead who fucked the Lions out of a Super Bowl trip last year. And I made him cry like a little girl after beating him tonight. Anyways, it's another year of disappointment for the city of Detroit. But hey, I guess they're used to it. With that win, my Commanders are moving to the NFC Championship. And according to Polymarket, people aren't taking us seriously yet. They only got us at 11% to win the whole thing. But I'll take those odds. Whatever, I'll see you guys next week.
You got a
Hey,
lot
no lies detected in that.
to say. Hey, Jaden Daniels went for 22 or 31, 299, 2 touchdowns. Hey, Jaden Daniels playing ball. I don't know if he on the juice or not. I don't know what he got at the home. I don't know what's going on. Do he wear the crystals around his neck? Got him in his locker. That boy's ball, and that's it. That's you can't deny that. He got Washington, who was one of the worst teams last year, and now they finna go to the conference championship game.
Hey, he's different. You talk about somebody who's different and on a whole different spectrum as far as his age and what he knows, ability. You might as well give
Right.
this guy MVP. If he goes into Philly, listen to me. If he goes into Philly and wins, give that cat the MVP Rookie of the Year.
Hey, if he do that,
Give
to
him
be said,
everything.
if he do that, just give him everything. Give him Rookie of the Year, MVP.
That's incredible. Like, have you ever heard
Give
of
him
that?
the whole kit and the caboodle. Give him
Have
the
you
whole
ever
kit and
heard
the
of
caboodle as a
Capitals
rookie.
As a
other than
rookie.
Stroud last year?
And we'll get to that a little bit later because I got something for that. Let's not try to dive too much into it because I see where we're going with it.
All
But
right.
let's get on these Lions and how they disappointed Detroit.
You mean
Where did the Lions mess up at? Was it on the field? Was it mentally? Did they just go in like, yeah, we kicking everybody ass, can't nobody stop us? Or was it big ball Dan Campbell once again?
Honestly, though, I think it was a matchup problem. I mean, I think Washington defense has always been underrated for real,
I,
and
I digress.
Yep.
and you can kind of tell that you know Washington, as my man Fiction was saying, Washington was playing with house money, and that's very true. They didn't have nothing to lose, but Detroit had everything to lose because everybody had Detroit damn near in the Super Bowl. They just had to go out there and play. But just like them number one seeds, you got to stand up to that, and they ain't ready for that yet. I think when the spotlight came on, I don't care. It's all about overcoming that adversity, and that's what shows a true Super Bowl team. They just ain't ready for it. And plus, I blame Magic Johnson because it seems like everywhere Magic Johnson go,
Some good
fucking
stuff happened.
teams is winning.
And that guy knows how to. That guy knows how to win.
You gotta invest.
I mean, exactly. There you go, right there, that part. But I mean, just overall, I think it was a disappointment for Detroit team, though. I mean, because they came in. I want to say an 8-point favorite, and
Yeah,
um
came in very high.
it's like they played catch up even when they had the small lead for that small amount of time. But it just something about it that we spoke on it and we just watched it happen. You know what I mean? So I wasn't surprised at all. Because come next year, now it's gonna be even harder because them true coaches that got you there, you know, they ain't there. So let's see what the coach gonna do. See how they gonna bounce back. But I see them more at a 5 to 7 loss team next year,
Mm.
Yep.
and that
I
type of.
I agree with that.
Mhm.
I think,
Well,
like I asked you earlier, as far as regress or number one seed, I think they are going to regress. I don't think. I think they might slip into the playoffs. Maybe. I mean,
Yes, yes,
listen, you got Green Bay, and you got the Vikings. Yeah, yeah, they got a quarterback situation up there, but still, that the NFC North is up and coming, and then you don't know what's going to happen with these Bears either.
you
Like
don't.
Ben Johnson could come in, change the culture.
Yep.
Caleb Williams, just goes off the whole offense, get the defense back in line. But, you know, I feel like at the end of the day, the Lions try to do too much. They're doing the
mhm,
reverse Jamison Williams throw through a
mhm,
pick. Like that right there. I know they got some good, trick plays and this and that, but I don't feel like doing that at that time is the greatest of ideas. Stick to your, what you do best. Run the ball. You had David
Yep.
Montgomery and you got Gibbs.
yeah.
Don't let Jared Goff do stupid shit. He got hurt, man, and I think that kind of changed the game too. He got busted in the mouth, and
Well,
I
uh,
think uh, I don't think he played his type of ball. To be honest, I feel
I,
like
I
I feel like Washington. Go ahead.
no, no, you go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
I feel like Washington, though, overall, they just came to play. They knew they were the underdog. When you're the underdog, you play better. I heard Terry McLaurin talking about, the culture and who you're going to be. This is a
Right.
legacy. You're not going to be here forever. What are you going to do? What you're playing? Let's go. Let's get it. And, having that and just everybody coming together. That's that team ball that if you're playing like that, man, no one's going to stop you.
Right.
And to turn this franchise around with the rookie quarterback and what he's
Really,
doing.
rookie quarterback first
Like I
year.
said, if
Honest.
he goes into Philly and beats the Eagles, I think I think we could see some history as far as.
Phenomenon.
Hey,
I'm
hey,
just saying, man. That would be cool to see. I'm not saying
hey,
it would,
hey.
but
I'm gonna
I
say this, Dave. I'm gonna say this because you saying that. Like, you could go back now. Go back and look at the videos. Just go on YouTube. Look at the videos. We really been calling these games kind of to the T this year, even in the college.
Yep.
So when you sit there and say, you said this last week, Washington's going to kick Detroit. Yeah, you said it.
I
Go. You
know.
got receipts. And it happened. So by you saying, I mean, it could happen. I know it's going to be a hard fight because I think it's actually next week. I feel like it's going to be the battle of the MVPs because I'm not sure because Lamar lost last week, it really takes him out. But you got to think about it. Every game this week got an MVP candidate in it.
No, by far.
So, which I really, in my word, I feel like Saquon should win it because he has one of the best season that a running back had in NFL history. That's just my opinion, but I don't get a vote.
I think every running back who has surpassed 2,000 yards has won MVP. Am I right?
Um,
Or close
yeah,
to it.
Yeah,
you
close to it. I feel like did Chris
got
Johnson win
Dickerson.
MVP?
If Adrian Peterson
He
can
did
have
win.
2,000 yards and 12 touchdowns, I believe Saquon with I think he almost got 2,100 and he has 13 touchdowns.
Okay,
So
so what if Big Jaden Daniels comes in and beats him?
and that's what I'm on point. He if he come in and beat him, that knocks Saquon. I mean, I hate to say it, knocks him out the race, just like Josh Allen knocked Lamar off the race. That's how
Yeah,
I feel.
I feel like that's how it should be. Like if you win and continue and you're in the MVP race, like that's really like what matters the most. Like you got that team, like you won the Super Bowl, like give him MVP. Even like I guess you could lose the Super Bowl and still get it, but like you want to see these guys finish. Like you can't give these guys this trophy without seeing what they can do deep in the playoffs.
Right. You
Um,
have to go
just
deep.
in my opinion. So
Right. The
I feel like
deeper you get, the
lose,
more yeah. The
you
more
lose.
deeper you get,
That puts a damper on your stock. In my
yeah.
opinion.
It
Yeah.
does.
The deeper you go, the more the raffle tickets you get to be MVP. If you
Right,
know what I
right.
mean. That's how I feel. Your number get thrown in the bag more.
And plus, it's like, what have you done for me lately out here with that? You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Because we
Where
only
was that
remember what
shit?
happened last week.
Yeah, where was
So,
that shit you were doing? 5 weeks ago.
exactly.
This is the games matter, and you're not performing. Not saying that
Yeah.
Barkley is underperforming in any way.
Not
Oh,
not
not at
any
all.
way. The man got 200 yards in this.
That's a hell of a story in
I,
No,
itself.
I mean, but it's up to him to lose it, though. I mean, because if Philly, let's just say, lose this game and he had 59 yards, then he's out the race. But
Right,
let's just say if he had 152 and the game going overtime, you know what I mean? It might swing that way.
right.
so
So it's like they just waiting to see who does the biggest moment at the time. They say
And
it's in the regular season, but come on, football. We always wait to see what they do in the playoff.
yeah, and
so
that's a remember that because we're going to be talking about the Bills and Chiefs here soon. I know it, but go back to Washington real quick. Dan Quinn has taken a team to the Super Bowl before and should have won it. He fucked up.
hey, I was finna say, ain't that like the
It's historic. It's embarrassing.
historic embarrassment of all times? Like you up killing the goat. You killing the goat.
Yeah,
Right.
that's a shit. People are gonna be talking that forever. But what I'm saying is now, like he knows this atmosphere. He knows obviously how to bring a team together. Jesus, but Cliff Kingsbury on the offensive side was a head coach as well with the Cardinals. Didn't live up to par, so they cut him. Did okay. I don't think he did terrible, but
No,
now he's back to being an offensive coordinator, which where he can focus and master his craft. And I mean, look what he's done. Look what he's done to Jaden
Yep.
Daniels and this team. I'm telling you,
He definitely got him playing.
market right now. Commanders go into Philly, go to the Super Bowl.
Ooh.
It'll be close. I'm not saying
No,
it's.
not. I understand, but I think not with Philly defense, and I'm not even depending on. You know what? We talking about Philly too much. Let's do this.
Holy fuck, the Philadelphia Eagles just clapped the Los Angeles Rams in the Snow Bowl. We thought this game was fucking over after Saquon took a 75-yard run straight to the crib and went up by 13 points with 4 minutes left. Only for Matt Stafford to just all of the fucking sudden be able to throw in the snow. This game almost gave me a fucking heart attack. Mitchell gets Hurts, doesn't play the whole game. Hurts gets bent back and can't run or do shit. And you give the Rams the ball back with 2 minutes left and a chance to win the game. This shit should have been over, but luckily the Eagles' D stood up strong. Pause. And came through in the clutch when it was needed. Saquon did his thing with 2 touchdowns and over 200 yards rushing. The Birds are going to need that same game against the Commanders. But it seems like this Eagles team is destined to win it this year. I don't see a rookie quarterback going to the Super Bowl. But I'm sure we didn't think he would beat the Lions. But the Eagles are flying high and are 1 game away from the Super Bowl. Go Birds.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That is.
But to be true in that game, both offenses looked good. That game, to be told, could have went any way.
Oh,
Yep.
either way.
Yep.
But like I was saying, it's something about that Philly defense. Jalen Carter, right there in the middle.
I don't
He
know,
got.
man. I feel like
I
this
mean,
Washington defense is the underrated one.
and that's another thing about Washington. I'm not saying Washington defense all that great either. I just feel like this kid, Jaden Daniels, is doing it basically by himself. You see what I'm saying? Defense ain't that great. I mean, they not like. I mean, they not like they teams is compatible because Jaden Daniels can score. Their defense is not really stopping.
So you think Jalen Carter coming off the middle is going to be is going to cause an issue?
It's gonna
Exactly.
cause it. If he rattles Jaden to get him moving a little more than having the pocket presence that he has, I believe it could be an issue. I mean, this is a team that if you turn around, they one score games, they only win 5 games.
Right. And then you see the way they played with the Rams, and yeah, the Rams defense is okay. Washington's is better. So I mean, I feel like they're one of them teams where what are you going to get like the Ravens, like Tony talks about.
Like the Bills. Tony say that about the Bills all the time. He like you
Yeah,
don't know what team of the Bills gonna show up on
Mm-hmm.
Sunday.
right. And I feel like that's how Philly's been playing this year.
Same. I agree. I agree
I,
with that.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I feel like they rely a lot on Saquon, and I don't know, man. The way Jalen Hurts, the way he's been throwing the ball this year. I don't know.
I think Jalen Hurts on that dope.
Oh,
Mhm.
really?
I think he living that celebrity life though. You know what I mean? I,
Yeah,
I think being
yeah.
in commercials and you know what I mean, pretty boy and shit, and you know what I mean, and
Right.
he think he that one, and he trying to play like it, but you know, it's like it's a little different than the past years.
No, that first game back he played like he was smoking on something, like he was smoking on something, like some wet or something. Like he knew he was playing football, but he didn't know what stadium he was in or what team he was playing. He just know he had to do certain things.
Man.
I remember a guy the name of Donovan McNabb did the same shit.
Oh yeah. I believe he was coked up in Philly.
I
It-
did too,
that bird,
especially in the playoff.
hey, that bird flew really high.
Mhm.
Flew
Especially in the playoffs when they needed him the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know Philly's defense. They got those cats in the backfield too. You got those two rookie corners.
Ain't they your Caucasian brothers too?
Yeah, and the safety.
And the safety,
I
they
think
got like a
Blackson or Black.
Perfecto going on, huh?
Yeah, coming up, man. Watch out.
I'm trying to say I ain't seen my Caucasian brother have be in the cornerback position in the NFL so long, and when I seen it, I was like,
Hey, okay, yeah. Who was that guy? Tell me right now. Go.
"Who was that guy? Went what you
Who's
want?"
the corner? Who's the corner? I'm thinking of one. Who comes to your mind when you say since back in the day?
Um,
I think of
Lynch,
Tampa Bay.
I
John
gotta
Lynch,
think of Seahorn from the Giants.
Giants.
Oh,
Okay,
You
I
remember him?
remember.
yes,
What
I
was
I
it?
remember
Jason
remember.
Seahorn or something
That's a
Seahorn, I
throwback.
believe.
Seahorn. And wait, wait, it was another one. Oh, I just seen this highlight reel too. It was another one. I want to say he played for like Denver.
This
Yeah.
year?
I mean, Ed McCaffrey, he was
McAfee. Ed McAfee. He was a receiver
he was a
though.
receiver,
Yeah,
but
that was a receiver.
And special team, I guess. I don't know. Was it Ed McAfee?
yeah, I don't know, man. Watch
Oh,
out.
but yeah, I see y'all coming up. Y'all putting seatbelts on people. I feel it
Yeah, that's what I'm
all
saying.
day long.
But
Hey,
yeah,
well,
we'll see. I think that's going to be a great game. Like I said, come down to the wire. It depends on which Philly team shows up. Saquon has a big day. Yeah, more than likely Philadelphia pulls it out. But
Okay.
how many
no,
points?
any given Sunday, they say. I don't know if they're playing Sunday, but you know what I'm talking
How many points? Who you got?
about.
Philly by what?
I'll take Commanders by 3.
Commanders by.
Mm.
Okay, Tony.
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go with a last second field goal by Washington.
Because
Maybe
they
in
win the last second.
overtime.
Hey, that's
May,
that shit.
maybe in overtime, but I think the rookie gonna make the last drive for some reason.
Hey, so you telling me he go win
Hmm.
the championship game? Now he won most of his games this year on that final run when time is running out.
All I can say is I'm a Boston Celtic fan to the fullest, but I am not going against Magic Johnson right now.
With his luck,
Any, anything he touching, it seems like it's working out. So he done been with the Dodgers, the WNBA.
Yep.
He all over the damn place winning. So you know, I think it's the magic touch right now.
that's what money do for you.
Hey, that's what it does.
Hey, let's hit this.
Holy fuck. The Buffalo Bills just beat the Baltimore Ravens, and my goodness, was it a fucking game? Josh Allen is the clear MVP after this game. I mean, the man didn't even have throw for 200 yards and still beat Lamar Jackson. 2 rushing touchdown will do the job just fine. The Ravens just had way too many fucking turnovers. You are never going to win a game when you can't take care of the fucking ball. Mark Andrews was a huge fucking liability today. You fumbled the ball, then drop a wide open catch to tie the game up after you just scored a touchdown. It wasn't just him. Lamar was playing like himself. Fumbled and interception, just hard to go into Buffalo and beat this team when they haven't lost all season.
Cold.
Everyone counted this team out once they lost a bunch of their defensive players and Stephon Diggs. But Josh Allen put this team on his back and now is 1 game away from going to the Super Bowl. The
That's
only
true.
thing is you have to play your kryptonite in Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. This is going to fucking amazing.
Man. Oh man. Like I say,
It's almost
um,
like it's set up or something, huh?
yeah, the Bills narrowly beat them. It was 25-27. Allen was great, but the Ravens could not win. And like I think I said last, Derrick Henry, and Lamar never had good games in the cold. And the Ravens, hey, we've been saying this all season. The Ravens never win when what happens?
Mark Andrew doesn't catch the 2-point conversion.
Other than that, too.
You're right.
But we've been
when
saying
Lamar is being Lamar.
that
Yep.
too. But we've been saying when Derrick Henry do not have,
Yeah, can't rush the ball. Run the ball over 100
hey, the
yards. What
man
is
had
it?
80,
yards?
82, 83 yards, some in that area. When he don't get 100 yards, they're not winning.
Well, for me, it's like I was watching Lamar in the first quarter, right? And body language says a lot to me.
Yeah, I'm
It
cold.
seemed like he was in a hurry to get that jacket on and sit on that bench,
He, he was
and
cold.
and it's like the weather really truly got to that team. If you ask me personally, I think it played a major part, especially in that first half.
So it's
And I think Lamar was out there trying to do too much, just a little bit, instead of just settling down. And they fell right into the Bills' hands. I mean, you know, a lot of mistakes was clearly made by Jackson, and once again they take Derrick Henry out the game, so they just make it all about Lamar, and that's been all the Ravens' losses this year. Lamar, Lamar, Lamar. You know what I mean? It's too much of it.
too
And
much.
And then what does he do?
Who?
far as what?
Turnovers. He turns it over.
That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. Yeah, man, because he out there doing too much instead of just basically just giving it to Henry and just getting first downs. You'll be in it red zone before you know it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And it's like the Ravens defense was just a little bit better if they can control that offense, but that's either here or there now because they're watching just like everybody else. But yeah, man, they time just it just they ran out of time. As far as the 2 point conversion, I still blame Lamar because they didn't even have to come down to that.
hey, you know how in the NBA they say playoff Paul George and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Playoff,
playoff
uh,
P.
Yep.
yeah. This is playoff Lamar. Um,
Yes,
this is literally playoff Lamar. Like every time you see him get to the playoffs and you're like, yeah, this your year. You got MVP and all this other stuff. He stink up the building. He
yeah, but
blow.
he just getting older though. He need to play with the team. You know what I mean?
And I understand that. If he would have played with the team, he probably would have won. He can't. I thought Derrick Henry was why they got him, why he could get past this hump, but this is not what's happening. And I feel like you said, Tony, he does too much and he takes his team out. Just like Kobe used to shoot 80
Yep,
shots and
yep,
lose. That's what he's doing that. And it's just not working for Baltimore.
yeah. I mean, he kind of he plays as if Baltimore is a sorry team for real, and he the only one out there. But he's very talented. They can get over that hump. It just they shoot themselves in the foot at the wrong damn time. I don't know if that's an AFC North thing. I don't know, but it's like they all play the same. The Bengals, Browns, Pittsburgh, Ravens.
That type of time. Go shot.
You know, I feel like Lamar wasn't totally playing like Lamar as games passed. Yeah, not the greatest of games, but they held it. They held it close. It wasn't like it was a blowout. It was a close game. Um, could have Mark Andrews caught that 2 point conversion? Was it a good? Was it was the ball thrown exactly where it needed to be? Maybe not. Should he have caught it? Yeah. Is it cold? Fuck yeah. All that. I feel like the cold actually definitely put a damper on them Ravens. I
Yeah,
feel like
because every time the camera switched,
I was,
he was over there shaking.
yeah, yeah. I
They
feel
from Baltimore. They should be used to
I don't know, man. You could just
They not that type of weather,
yeah, like
not that
somebody
east.
on the bench.
it.
I
It's
need
cold,
this
but it
jacket.
ain't that cold, huh?
But I feel like these Bills, man, Josh Allen, with what he's given and the right opportunities, they got the new offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, who's been mentioned in head coaching position.
Yeah.
He's been a winner. He came from LSU from the Joe Burrow day. And you saw what he did with that team. He was with Carolina briefly, but they couldn't, you know, that team was too tanked to try to fix that. So he gets put in this position, and you see what he's doing with Josh Allen, MVP numbers, MVP caliber season, and rightfully so. The Bills can play up to conference championship level.
They can play up to Kansas City.
Conference championship.
It's a put them home.
Get over that hump, and this is where I'm going to talk about the that point in a minute when I was talking about earlier. Yeah, the Bills smack Kansas City in the mouth when it's regular season.
All day.
But when it comes, down to it, and the game is on the line, and win or go home,
they play a different way.
They can't do it. So I'm curious to see what this offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, his first year, if he can get over the hump. If Sean McDermott can, coach a great scheme game, don't be doing too much like the Lions did. Don't be trying no trick shit unless you got a good opportunity. But yeah, if it's cold and snowing, run the damn ball, man.
Hey, run the ball.
That's what it takes in these type of games and playoff games. So
Henry should have had 25 carries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 30.
Exactly.
Give it to him, man. That dude
30.
spends $250,000 on his body every year. He can withstand this. Lamar, you're not as big. Give him the ball. So yeah, that's where Baltimore messed up, in my opinion. And I feel like if the Bills, depending on the weather, just run the ball. Stick to what you're used to. Do play action.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen can run. He's got the weaponry to do that. And I'll be curious to see what they do against Kansas City. I feel like the Bills.
I was just gonna say, what's our predictions for their next game? The Bills is going into Kansas City. What is the predictions?
As far as who wins, or like how the game's gonna be?
Yeah, the result of the game is going to be the Kansas City Cheaters or the Bills.
I feel like the Bills are going to get over the hump this year.
Oh,
I feel like they can. If
Josh must ball, he must ball him a
they
big
obviously
old bag of money.
They have to contain Mahomes. Don't let him extend the play.
Don't each ref 250
in the play. Keep Kelsey limited. Don't let big deep balls go over the top. And I feel like it's gonna be a battle, a high scoring game.
Yeah.
If Josh Allen bring like 250 apiece for each refs, how many refs on the field? Like 6?
Right.
It'll be all right. Honey, what's your prediction?
My prediction on this one, man, I mean, to go through the champ, you got to beat the champ. And one thing you got to do, you got to beat them convincingly. Take the game out of the ref hands. You might stand a chance. But unfortunately, I think KC just a little bit too much on the momentum side. They know how to do this. I think they done won like 8 or 9 in a row with single game games, something like that. And they done won the last 7 playoff games. Of course, because they done won back to back. But I think the momentum is just a little too much for the Bills. The Bills is like an upgrade Lions team to me. It's like they almost there. They got everything. They got all the pieces, but unfortunately, they playing on the Kansas City side of things. And right now, and I think the NFL want to see KC, so I think that's who we're going to see out of that game. Yeah. So I got KC by 8.
Ooh, by 8. Let's hit them highlights of the game.
Holy fuck. The Kansas City Chiefs just beat the fucking Houston Texans and are moving on to the AFC Championship. Did we really think the Chiefs were going to lose this game? I don't fucking think so. The refs had their backs and made sure Kansas City was moving on. The Texans put up a fight, but getting 8 fucking times is definitely not the recipe to win a game. Houston didn't have 2 Diggs or Dell, and this might have been a different game if they did. But can't see if, because the NFL wants the Chiefs to move on and three-peat. Of course, with Taylor Swift in fucking attendance, Travis Kelce has his best game of the year. 117 catches and a touchdown. This man must got laid last night, because where the fuck was this shit all season? I guess it doesn't matter in the regular season if you show up in the playoffs. Unlike Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, he had to catch a stray. But the Chiefs' kingdom is celebrating tonight and will take on the winner of the Bills and Ravens. And I can't fucking wait.
Yeah, I tell you this. It was Kansas City defense that won that game for them.
It sure the hell was. It really was, though.
Hey, that's what it was for me. They Kansas City Chiefs cheaters which plays with the referees. They got like 4 referees on their team.
Calls are ridiculous, man. I'm so
Hey,
tired.
I'm gonna put it like this. I want to say this as a collective, if your team is not in the playoffs or your team lost in the playoffs, I feel like we all collectively should come together and root against the Kansas City cheaters, because I'm sick and tired of. I mean, but Holmes is cool, but I'm sick and tired of this frog voice dude. I mean, I mean, I don't want Kansas City to win no more. Just because I know I done seen cheats like is out there. Like they ain't even trying to hide it no more. That's what's crazy. So,
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm just tired of seeing it. Now we're bringing flopping into the NFL. Be done with it. I'm tired of seeing. I'm tired of
see
seeing
him.
being on the side. I'm tired of seeing. It's almost like how Tom Brady was treated in the days in New England with the
Right.
referees inventing new fucking rules for him and all this other. And then like go back to him flopping. That is bullshit, man. Like this is not what the NFL is about. Like keep that shit in the NBA. Keep that shit out of the NFL.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes' vagina must have hurt when he was acting, because I was like, did he just flop twice? Oh my god. Yeah. Bills by 14.
Yeah, I'll
Damn.
take. I'll take. I'll take by 10.
Bills by 14.
41, 41, 31.
I mean,
Oh,
it's so crazy. You know how y'all know I like to attack the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck that. Next season of the Sports Den NFL is gonna be all about hating on these goddamn Chiefs, cheaters, whatever you want to call
well, you know what they say, Caddy. Everybody hates a winner, so you.
them. Hey,
No,
now,
but I get exactly where you coming from, though. I mean, it's just that unfortunately, though, they a good solid ass team. I mean, even with the refs or without them, they still the team to beat. You know what I mean? And it's gonna take the Bills to don't worry about nothing else but playing their damn game, and that's what's gonna have to show up. But
Yeah, yeah. They need to get to Mahomes. They need to pressure him and get him out of his element. Even though like he can get out of that element and still be
he could
great.
throw a pass getting tackled. Come on now,
I know. I'm just saying, like, just do it often. You got to do that every play. Just blitz every goddamn play, man. Whatever it takes. Keep switching
yeah,
out guys.
12
Like
men on
that's
the
what you're gonna have
field,
to do.
whatever.
Man. You're gonna have to just try to hurt him. Really, got to
yeah,
get him out of the game to win.
His ankle and kneecaps.
Yeah, get Dan Campbell over there
Dan Campbell.
at halftime.
damn.
All right, let's get into this. We finna do what would you rather? Some different. I'm trying this week. I'm gonna name a player, right?
Hmm.
And I'm gonna name other players. And would you rather have the player that I name first or the player I'm naming after him? Can I get it?
Got it.
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay, okay. So here we go. If we're getting close to that hour, I'm gonna play this little short video about the player we're gonna talk about. I got the names afterwards.
Would you rather CJ Stroud edition, first name up, Jaden Daniels?
So the first name up was Jaden Daniels. Would you rather have CJ or Jaden Daniels?
Mm.
Mm.
Tony, you go first.
Okay. I had to go first on this one. Man, I mean that's a hard choice, but you know what I gotta go with? I gotta go with, and they both is poised as fuck out here. I mean, it really is. They some young poised guys. They carry themselves very well in the game management and all that. But if I have to go to choice, I'm gonna have to go with what's hot right now, and that's Daniels.
Go with Jaden Daniels. Go shot. What you got?
So I love CJ Stroud. Great Buckeye. I,
Ohio
Yes,
State.
I love what he's been doing to the Texans. Had a
yes.
more slump. That's okay. He's going to bounce back, have a great year. Given that,
Hmm.
I feel like this Texan team is more established and have higher quality weapons
Yep.
on them, both offense and defense. Maybe not as much defense, but solid defense. I feel like Washington's defense is up there too. But as far as what Jaden Daniels has done with the very limited of, I guess, weapons, you could say, outside of Terry McLaurin,
I was say you got that McLaurin.
they got okay. That's the only guy, but he's that brown cat. I can't remember his first name. He is highlighting that cat's career, and
That
and,
is true.
and they are clicking on the offense, and I feel like given put into that position with what Daniels is getting put into, I'm gonna take Daniels over CJ Stroud.
See,
Just
Daniels
just
over CJ Stroud. Okay, let's get some of these other names. Jalen Hurts
okay
over CJ. I got a
Mm.
list.
over CJ. Man,
That's a hard one too.
tough one.
I'm going with CJ on this one.
I'm going with CJ on this one. I think Hurst's stock is kind of on the decline side. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
CJ he is on the rise.
let's
So
talk about him too. As far as this year, he's going down, he's regressing. But as far as like overall what they've done and accomplished, I just feel like it's a tough one, um, because they both got good offenses around them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with CJ Stroud on that one.
yeah.
Drake May.
Who?
Drake May.
CJ
Patriots.
Stroud.
CJ. They're going a good
Yeah.
one.
He's good. I
Matthew
like Drake.
Matthew Stafford.
Hmm.
Mm,
Him over CJ. That can't be that hard. 'Cause I'm
CJ.
definitely CJ.
I'm going with CJ.
Geno Smith.
CJ.
CJ.
Kyler Murray.
CJ.
CJ.
Sam Darnold.
CJ.
Yeah, see, I going with CJ. Sam Darnold having a better year, but I'm definitely going with CJ on this. Baker Mayfield.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I knew that was goat. In the butt right there.
That's
I'm
funny.
Baker Mayfield.
I picked Baker as my franchise starter about a couple weeks ago. Ah, I'm gonna have to go with CJ though.
I'll pick Baker just because of what he's done and like the way he's playing right now. Maybe
Yeah.
not in his past, but the way he plays, he's a
Yep,
dog. He'll fight.
he
Two
will.
more. Two more. Trevor Lawrence.
CJ.
CJ.
And the last one, Jordan Love.
CJ.
CJ, CJ, CJ,
I
CJ.
don't even know about no damn love. Who in the hell is that guy?
Hey, he coming off the bench. Hey, man, like I said, we at that hour mark. Man, I appreciate y'all taking the time out, man. It was a great show. If y'all like the content y'all just heard and come back and mess with it, hit that like button, comment. What y'all got before we get out of here?
Go Ben Johnson.
Go Ben Johnson.
Go Bucks.
Go Bucks. Same time, same bad channel next week, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can't wait to talk about how these championship games turn out.
Yeah, we
Let's
go talk about how
do it.
Washington got blown out.
Mm. Go
Bills,
Magic.
Buffalo,
Yeah, don't go
Buffalo and
home. No.
Washington. Buffalo and Washington, a rematch. What's Super Bowl 27, something like that?
Yeah, like
Right.
one of them good ones. All right, guys, next week, man. Peace. We out.
All right.
All right, fellas.